What's up, everybody? It's Rick Pino here from Get Wisdom. What if there was a cheat code or multiple cheat codes that could literally jump you ahead in the future by 10 years or more in your business? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a number of different cheat codes that took me a decade to learn. I wish I could have known them at the beginning of my journey in business, but it doesn't have to take you 10 years. Hang with me here just for a few minutes. I'm going to give you the cheat codes that literally made me millions in business, and they have the potential to do the same for you. Let's talk about it. Well, before we jump into the training here, guys, make sure to click that link down below and join me for my upcoming 5-day live virtual training called Create and Sell Digital Products, okay? Where over the course of 5 days, I'm going to be spending some time with you and showing you exactly how you can create and sell your own digital products. You might be sitting here going, I don't even know what digital products are. I don't know who I would sell. I'm not really a tech guru. That's exactly why this training is perfect for you. See, I have designed a training to help people and serve people, those who know that creating online wealth is possible for them, but maybe they just don't know how to get started. That's exactly why you should check out that training. The link is right there down below. Go check it out. The best way to join me is as a VIP. You get even extra training as a VIP. Go check it out. The link's down below. Guys, let's jump into these cheat codes. How many of you guys and gals remember as a little kid? Okay, so I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And I remember like we were growing up in kind of like the early video game days. And I'll never forget, we would be playing Super Nintendo. I don't know if you remember that one, but we'd be playing Super Nintendo and we would go to like the grocery store. We'd go to these different bookstores or whatever it was. And they had these beautiful, amazing, like thick gaming booklets that you could just go in there and search for your video game, your favorite video game or the one that you were playing, and you could flip in these pages and boom, they had cheat codes in here. What were cheat codes? Cheat codes were codes that you could just put into the game before you even started that would literally allow you to have superpowers in the game or super speed, or if it was a game where you had to go collect whatever diamonds, it would give you like 1,000,000 diamonds or, a bunch of money to get the journey started if you're playing like Legend of Zelda or whatever it was. And you could put in these cheat codes and it would literally help you kind of jump the line and give you a way better chance of beating the game. Well, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today in this video. So for the past 10 plus years, it took me so long to figure out what I'm going to share with you here in just a few moments in this video. But I'm telling you this, one of the hardest ways to learn business is to do it on your own. One of the hardest ways, just like with video games, right? You could either practice and practice and practice, and you should, but what makes it even better than just practice, practice, practice? To add on top of the practice some cheat codes, okay? So that's what today's video is going to be all about. So throughout my business journey, I did a lot of it, and this is a gigantic mistake. I did a lot of it on my own, trying to figure it out. I was too scared to invest into coaching or mentorship. I just didn't have the mindset in the early days. And literally, guys, over the past 10 years, it finally got to the point where I was like, man, I figured this out and this out and this out and this out. And I just want to give these cheat codes to you, okay? So if you're ready for the cheat codes, drop it in the comments right now and say, let's go, Rick, okay? Let's talk about cheat code number 1. Come with me here to the board and let's jump right on in, okay? So what are these business cheat codes that you can literally plug in to your business right now, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been doing business for a while? Okay, the cheat codes I'm about to give you can literally take you either from like 0 to 6 figures, or maybe if you're doing 6 figures already in your business, they can help you get from 6 figures to 7. And honestly, these are the exact same cheat codes that I'm using now that have helped my businesses go from 7 figures to 8 figures and beyond. So these cheat codes just work, man, okay? So cheat code number 1, this one is very, very important, okay? Cheat code number 1. People buy because they feel understood. Okay, I want you to think about this for a minute, okay? Like, do you buy something, like, especially if it's a larger purchase or an investment, okay? Do you buy because you feel misunderstood? Like, I totally didn't feel like they were getting me at all. Of course not, right? In fact, one of the biggest keys, like one of the biggest levers you can pull in your business journey is to ensure that your potential customers, your potential clients, they feel understood. And one of the best ways you can do this is to make sure that you are speaking the same language that they speak. For instance, okay? Let's say you have the most incredible product or the most incredible service in the whole entire world, and it can solve the best problem ever. And you are, let's say you're an American or someone who speaks English in this situation, okay? You have the best, most amazing product or service. Anyone who takes you up on this offer, their life is radically changed, radically transformed, okay? But again, you're an American or you're a Westerner, you speak English. If you were to take this product or service and you were to go over to whatever, Asia or like China or somewhere like that, and they speak Mandarin and you speak English, okay? It's going to be really, really hard for you to help solve problems for those people, no matter how awesome your product or service is, if you don't speak the same language as the people that you are trying to serve. It's going to make it that much more difficult to actually serve them. So what I encourage you to do, this is one thing I always tell my students to do, one of the best ways to pick who you desire to serve is to choose to serve the people who are right now where you currently were maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, etc. Choose to serve people who are going through something right now that you've already been through, a struggle, maybe a tribulation, a trial, right? And you've been there, you've done that. You have the t-shirt now, right? And you didn't die either. Like you actually made it. And here you are on the other side. Why is this critical? Because people buy because they feel understood. So if you can go to the market and be like, hey, are you an XYZ, blah, 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 and maybe you're struggling with this, or maybe you're struggling with that, and maybe you feel like blah, blah, blah. Is that you? Well, if so, I want to help you hear the top 3 things that everyone needs to know to overcome XYZ. Think about that. Like, you can literally take this framework that I'm giving you right now and plug in any niche to any market, okay? Maybe you are a stay-at-home mom, okay? Are you a stay-at-home mom who struggles with feeling adequate enough? Or maybe you are, someone who you know that you were born for more, and maybe you just don't know how to juggle all of the responsibilities that come with keeping the house and, keeping your kids fed and this and that. And you list all these pains because maybe you were already there. If that's you, here are the top 3 things that I want to encourage you with today as a stay-at-home mom. Number 1, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, blah, 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 okay? See what I'm saying? Like if you were a stay-at-home mom and someone spoke the language that you spoke the language, understood what you were going through, and spoke that to you, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's absolutely me, right? Or maybe you can, maybe you are a DIY, you are the best DIY home improvement guy or gal out there, okay? And you've been doing this for whatever, 15 or 20 years, okay? The way that you serve your market could look something like this. Hey, are you just getting into DIY services for your home and maybe you're struggling with how to lay the tile or how to do the masonry work or how to put in the commode or how to put up the sheetrock? Well, I'm making all this up, right? If that's you, I want to give you the number 1 mistake that most people who are in your position are making and how you can make sure that you avoid this mistake. Voila! Like, what are you doing right here? You are speaking the language of the market because you've already been through what they're going through. Therefore, you already speak the language. You already know the pain points. Think about it. If you could go back and have a conversation with yourself from 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago, and you would say now like, oh man, I wish I would have known blah, blah, blah. How did you get this language? Because you've already walked through it. Okay, so I want to highly encourage you as you build your business, it's not about trying to get more sales. It's about having your people feel more understood, okay? And I wrote some notes down here for you. I just want to submit this to you. Your audience doesn't need more information, okay? They need more connection. It's not just info. Your audience needs to feel connected, okay? Because people aren't just buying into your product or service. They're buying into your experience, your story. They're buying into what you're all about. I'm jumping ahead of myself here a little bit on these cheat codes. Okay, so they don't need just more information. Yes, you should give them information, but more than information, they need connection. How are they going to feel connection with you? You speak the same language. If they're going through a hard time, you can speak the language. If they're needing a solution, you can speak the language on how to get the solution they desire. Okay, so your audience doesn't need more information, they need more connection. If your content isn't landing, it's not because it's not good, it's because it's not relatable. Okay, if you're just randomly putting content out there and no one cares, it's because there's only information and not connection. Okay, so the easiest way to make more sales, show your audience that you can help them by actually helping them. Stop trying to inform them and start helping them with the problems that are already on their mind. Okay, so cheat code number 1, people buy because they feel understood. Okay, so make some connections with people. Make sure that you're speaking the language of your market. If you're ready for cheat code number 2, drop a 2 in the chats. Let's go, okay? Cheat code number 2. Okay, I wish I could have known this one at the beginning of my journey, okay? It's not about getting more clients. It's not about getting more clients, okay? It's about you becoming the person your clients are already looking for. Gosh, it's hard to talk and write at the same time, okay? It's not about you trying to get more clients, guys. It's about you needing to become the person that your dream clients are already looking for. Think about this, okay? Your dream client is right now, they are scrolling through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, through TikTok, through YouTube, whatever they're doing. They're scrolling through and they are literally looking for who has the answers to my problems. Now, they might not be consciously thinking like, I have a bunch of problems and I need help, but they're like, yo, I'm looking for whatever, a new sourdough bread recipe. I'm looking for information on how to get started with the best homeschool curriculum for my kids. I'm looking for information on how to, lose 20 pounds by this summer and do it healthy. Do it in a healthy way and not in a dangerous way. So they're not going, oh man, I have all these problems and I need someone to solve my problems, but they are looking on social primarily. Like, no one's going to websites, everyone's on social media searching for answers to the thing that they desire a solution for. So instead of you trying to get more clients, like, hey, everybody come buy from me, just become the person that those dream clients are already looking for. They're scrolling right now, okay? And they're looking for someone who can help them. So start working on becoming who that person is for them, okay? Authority isn't about how much you know. It's about how clearly you can communicate what you do know. I'm going to say that again. Authority isn't about how much you know. It's about how clearly you can communicate what you do know. Now, this is compounding on top of cheat code number 1. You have to make sure that they feel understood. And one of the ways you're going to feel understood is you're going to be able to speak their language. And I say it like this, okay? If you're taking notes, you can write this down. When you begin to elevate your communicate, now it doesn't make a lot of logical sense. Just track with me here. You'll get what I'm about to say. If you can elevate your communicate, then you will get to participate in the compensate. What does that mean? It means when you can become better at communicating the thoughts, the feelings, the solutions that your dream clients are already looking for, when you can show them, I am the person that you are looking for who can help you along your journey. And if you just connect with me, I can help you, I can serve you, I can guide you, and I can solve some problems for you. If you can become that person, they're already looking for that. When you can clearly and effectively communicate to them, they're going to feel more connected And then now you don't have to worry about going out and trying to get more clients. All you need to do is focus on how can I become more of the person that they're already looking for. Are you getting this? When you elevate your communicate, you can participate in the compensate. It means the more effectively you can communicate with your people, the easier it's going to be for you to convert sales. Okay, so I want you guys to be encouraged. Like, instead of trying to spin your wheels and like, I need to go find another client, focus on bringing crazy amounts of value to the market, because when you can position yourself as an authority who communicates clearly, not about how much you know, but communicating clearly on what you do know, then here's what's going to happen. Instead of you chasing down clients, your clients will be attracted to you because you are the person that they're already looking for, okay? And as you're doing this, make it impossible for the right person to ignore you, all right? Let's keep on tracking. If you're ready for number 3, drop a 3 in the chats. This one's really good. I wish I would have known this at the beginning of my journey. Cheat code number 3 is this, y'all. A confused mind never buys. Uh-oh, what does that mean? A confused mind never buys. Again, I have some notes here for you guys, okay? If you're taking notes, write this down. The easiest way to make more money isn't to try and sell more stuff. Okay? The easiest way to make more sales isn't to try to sell more stuff. The easiest way to make more money is to remove the reasons people aren't buying by being clear on who and how you help people. Are you seeing a pattern here? It has a lot to do with the clarity of communication that allows your people to feel understood and connected. If you're not super clear on who and how you help people, you're gonna really be like banging your head against the wall nonstop trying to make more sales. Because if you're unclear on who and how you help people, they're gonna be unclear on why they should do business with you. So you've got to make sure that you're not confusing them. Yeah, so hey, what do you do, brother? Like, hey, what are you up to? Like, what do you do for a living, or whatever it is? All the normal questions that people ask. So what do you do? You don't want to be like, oh, I teach people how to juggle. I make sourdough bread. I'm a retired cop, and I also I'm a little bit into sales, and I'm trying to get into digital marketing right now. They're gonna be like, okay, cool, that's interesting. Imagine if that was your messaging in your content that you're putting out on social, right? Like one day someone opens up the app and you're like, dun, 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 and you're just like juggling everywhere. And then the next time they open up the app, you're like telling old cop stories. And then the next time that they find you, you're like, hey, do you want to learn how to sell? And then the next time that they find you, like, hey guys, I'm getting into digital marketing. Let me share my journey with you. They would be so confused because you are being unclear on who and how you help people. Now, that's not to say that you can't serve people in multiple ways. I'm just saying you have to get very clear, at least for a season, so that people understand what you're talking about. Because a confused mind never buys. I see this a lot of times with newbie entrepreneurs who are just starting out in their journey, and maybe they don't have these cheat codes yet. And they're out there trying to serve everybody. And the way I tell them is this: if you try to serve everybody, you'll end up serving nobody, because you're just too all over the place. You're too everywhere. No one knows what you're doing, including you. And therefore, because they're confused about how and who you help, they're not going to buy. And you're going to find yourself like, oh man, no one cares and I can't make sales. It's not about you trying to make more sales. It's about you getting clear. Clear. If you're taking notes, write this down, or how about this? I need at least 10, 15 people in the comments right now. Drop these words. Clarity is the secret sauce. Clarity is the secret sauce. Does your offer make instant sense to the market? Does the product or service that you are trying to serve the market with, when you put it out there, is it very clear? Does it make instant sense? Because if it doesn't, a confused mind never buys. If your audience isn't engaging, it's not because they aren't interested, it's because they don't see themselves being able to achieve the transformation that they desire with you as their guide. Simplify your sales process, man. Get very, very clear. In fact, let me say it to you like this, and if you're taking notes, write this down, okay? If there's too many steps or too much mumbo jumbo or too much jargon in what you're trying to say, I do this and I do that and we can also do that. Do you guys do this too? Yeah, sure, we'll do everything. Go. If you have too much going on, it means you will lose buyers, you'll lose clients. But the smart entrepreneur understands this. Simple scales, but fancy fails. Think about it. Simple scales, but fancy fails. Okay, there's a restaurant here. Well, you guys here in the West at least probably have these restaurants. It's called Five Guys. It's a burger joint. Okay, you don't go into Five Guys and be like, "Yo, can I get a salad?" No, they don't even have salad. To my knowledge, I don't think they have salads. All they sell is burgers and fries. That's it. Like, you can't go in and be like, "Yo, can I get like some pasta?" No, we don't do pasta here. And because they are very, very, very clear on what they do, it's so simple. They sell burgers and fries and drinks, right? Like that's it. You can modify a little here with some cheese or some, I don't know, pickles or whatever it is, or you can like hold the onions, but that's it. It's literally burgers, fries, and drinks. That's it. And because it is so simple, they have scaled up like to a billion-dollar corporation now, because they're like, we sell burgers and fries. Like, if you want to have lunch and eat a burger and fries, Five Guys is probably going to be one of the places that you consider if you don't want like some random fast food joint, right? Like, oh, we got like 20, 30 minutes to go sit down. Maybe. What about Five Guys? That's going to, and here's the thing, like, yes, there's a lot of options, but you know that they're one of the options. Why? Because they are clear. A confused mind never buys. You got to get clear on this stuff, man. You got to simplify your process. When people ask you, what do? You should be able to respond to them in a very clear and concise way so that there's no confusion, so that when they hear your offer, it makes instant sense. When people ask me, yo, Rick, what do you do? Or maybe they're just meeting me for the first time. Hey, what do you do for a living? I say, I help people make money online with digital products. That's it. And here's the thing, they may not understand what a digital product is, but at least it's very clear. Oh, he helps people make money online with something called a digital product. And then that can lead them to the next question. What's a digital product? And voila, now we are rocking and rolling. Now I'm beginning to help them, to serve them, to educate them in a very clear way. If you don't have this clarity, man, a confused mind will never buy. Okay? If you're getting some value, drop some fire emojis in the comments right now. Let's go. And also, if you are ready for cheat code number 4, drop a 4 in the comments. And let's talk about cheat code number 4. This one's really important, okay? Let's talk about brand for a minute, okay? Watch this. Your brand isn't what you say it is. What? What does that mean? Your brand is actually the story, okay? It's the story people tell themselves about how they feel when they think of you. I'm going to say that one again because it's a little bit of a mouthful, but check this out. I really want you to catch this. Your brand isn't what you say it is. Your brand is the story people tell themselves about how they feel when they think about you. Think about this, okay? Maybe you are into sports cars. I'm not, but some people are. And some people, when they hear the name Lamborghini, right? Like it gives them a feeling. Like when you associate the word Lamborghini to a car, instantly you're thinking like rich, I don't know, like, fast, Like there's all these feelings and all these thoughts for a lot of people who are into sports cars. Whenever they hear about this brand, they have this feeling that they are internally, subconsciously telling themselves about the brand. Okay? Same thing goes for whatever, any brand. Louis Vuitton, okay? The purses, the bags, the brand, right? Like if somebody has a Louis Vuitton purse, what is that feeling that it gives you? Because the brand is not like, we're Louis Vuitton, we stand for this, we stand against that. It's not that. The brand is the story your people tell themselves about how they feel when they think about you. And it's not even just these high-end brands, guys. Target, for those of you guys and gals here in the West, here in America. I know some of you moms out there, maybe some of you dads too, like when you hear the word Target, and you can fancy it up a little bit by saying Target, right? Hey, you want to go to Target? Bro, you better believe there's some moms out there like, girl, we about to go to Target right now. And it's like, and there's this feeling that's associated with the brand. And on and on and on and on. Apple, Amazon, right? Like what are those brands? See, and this might be some stuff that you've never even considered before, right? Like I'd never even considered the feeling that I get around these certain companies, but whatever that feeling is, that is the brand. It's not like what you say your brand is. It's the feeling people get when they think about you. So why am I saying all this? As we're building upon this concept of clear communication and connection, when you elevate your communicate, you begin to participate in the compensate, okay? When you can begin to bring clarity so there's no confusion, you are literally putting a brand identity out there into the market. And when people have a problem around your specific niche, when they think of you, they should have a specific feeling, hopefully a good feeling, not a bad feeling. They should be like, wow, she really helps me when I see her content. He really encourages me on that tweet that he posted or that paragraph on Facebook that he wrote up. I'm really encouraged. Every time I think of so-and-so or their brand or their messaging, I feel like they actually could help me. That's what you want your brand to be. You don't want it to be like, ugh, every time I hear about their name, they just cringe. Oh gosh, it's cringe. Like if that's the feeling that they're getting when they think of your brand, then you're probably not being very clear. They're probably not connecting. They're probably confused. They're probably in all of the zones that you don't want them to be with these cheat codes, right? So you need to make sure as you are beginning to serve your people with content. And by the way, content doesn't just have to be holding up your phone and, talking head into your phone. You can literally do audio. You can do text, like thoughts from your head and text it down and write paragraphs or tweets. Like there's so many ways that you can serve the market with value. It doesn't just have to be video. There's all kinds of different ways that you can do this, but the punchline is this: if you don't start serving the market and you don't do it in a clear way, it's going to be very, very hard for you to make any sales. Guys, I'm trying to give you the cheat codes right here for business. I am telling you this right now. If you were to take these cheat codes that I have been giving you today, okay, and let's recap real quick, okay? If you're to understand that people buy because they feel understood. Okay, so number one, you got to make sure that your people are feeling understood. What's the best way for this to happen? To serve people who are currently going through something that you've already been through because you already speak that language. Okay? You want to make sure that they feel understood, right? It's not about you getting more clients. It's about you becoming the dream person that your clients are already looking for. How are you going to do this? You are going to be very, very clear and concise with the way that you're helping them, the value you're sowing into the market. Guys, I'm telling you, these cheat codes right here are going to do most of the heavy lifting for you in your business. Like they'll do most of the heavy lifting, okay? So number two, it's not about getting more clients. It's about becoming that person that they're already looking for, because they're already looking. Number three, a confused mind never buys. You need to get very, very clear on who and how you help people. Because if you're unclear, they're going to be unclear on why they should do business with you. And then lastly, guys, You've got to put out valuable content to the market to build your brand so that people will start telling themselves about all the good feelings they get when they think about you. When you can implement these cheat codes right here into your business, you are going to see your business scale and skyrocket to mind-blowing levels. How do you know that, Rick? Thank you for asking me, because I've done it in my own life. Literally, these cheat codes right here, I plug them into the game of business every single day, and these cheat codes right here help me jump the line. They literally give me the shortcut, and they can for you as well. Okay? Let me know down in the comments which one of these cheat codes stood out to you the most, which one you're going to be applying. Maybe it's all of them, maybe it's none of them. Let me know if you want to continue to see more content like this from me here, guys. And don't forget, whatever you do, make sure to click that link down below and come join me for my upcoming 5-day live virtual training. If you're getting value out of my YouTube videos, I promise you, if you're getting this much value from spending 20, 30, 40 minutes with me on a YouTube video, imagine what kind of value you're going to receive when you come spend 5 days with me in a virtual training, okay? Click that link down below, join me, because the next one's coming up right around the corner, so hurry. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now if you want to continue to see more content like this from me, and we'll see everybody in the next training. Thanks.